Before I even left the dock this spring, I knew I had a problem with my alternator. And I knew that because the port side was reading more than 14, almost 15 volts, which means they're getting a lot of charge from the engine. That alternator's working great. The starboard side, on the other hand, was reading 12 volts, meaning there was no charge, and that's what the alternator does. So, we're gonna have to replace it. Should be fairly straightforward though, and this is a project where you always wanna use OEM parts when possible because a marine engine has very specific requirements. When we're talking access on a boat, doesn't get much easier than this guy right here, but that's the port side. So of course, there's no problem with that one. We're dealing with this guy down here. Now you might be thinking, why bother getting the OEM marine grade alternator? An alternator is an alternator. Yeah, that's true, but the OEM one has the flame arrestor. It has the proper output for this specific engine. And I know that I'm getting a Mercury Marine part for my Mercruiser engine with the right output, part number right there and everything. And in my mind, paying a couple extra bucks to get the right part versus trying to save a few bucks online is worthwhile because my enjoyment and the safety of my boat and my family on board is worth more than a few bucks saved. So, let's get to it.
There's only a few bolts, and then, because the alternator swings on the main bolt, you can slide it down to remove the belt and then shimmy the old one out of there. The wires at the back are a convenient plug-and-play style.
You can kind of see all the nasty gunk. Ugh, has that sort of burnt out, angry smell to it. So this one's garbage, so we can just, no, I'm kidding. But we can see, this actually isn't original Mercury part. This one is, but, you know, lines up, same spot. It was the right part. Maybe that's why it failed, who knows? So, we go back into the bear pit.
It's the exact same process in reverse with the new one, but this is where it gets a little tricky, as you have to line it up with the bolts and deal with keeping the belt on. That's again because of that swing bolt.
So we're all back and connected. Now, to make sure how tight your belt should be, it's kind of hard to explain. The easiest way, if you have two engines, is check the other one. Port side's running great, so I'm just trying to mimic how tight that one is. Seems pretty much the same. So we're gonna fire it up, see if we got a charge. Make sure there's no squealing or noise or rattling and things like that, and see if we have to tighten the bolts up.
The beauty of this project is you know right away if it's working or not.
After 3 or 4 times of running it, I'm gonna come back down and check it again.
A few hours work and a season of boating saved.